All right. What's up, everybody? This is Tom Taylor with South China Morning Post, SCMP MMA. Joined today by the former two division champion, one of the biggest stars in one championship, Aung La N Sang. Aung La, it's been a minute since we've spoken. You're fresh out of BJJ class, I take it.
Yep,
How was training? How was everything on the mats?
good. Just getting comfortable again, being on the ground. Uh, Previously I've been getting too comfortable, on my feet, knocking people out. So now I got to go back to my roots, and work on my jiu-jitsu, get my jiu-jitsu game a little bit better, get my wrestling a little bit better.
Cool, man.
All part of the evolution.
A lot of submission grappling in one championship these days. Are we going to see you taking on somebody in a submission grappling match at some point?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll
Cool,
see.
man.
Let me get my fights in first, and then we'll see.
Cool. Well, while we're on the topic of training, I've got to ask about the meeting you had with your old friend De Ritter the other day or the other week, I guess. At this point, um, very cool that you guys got some time together on the mats. I mean, what was that experience like for you?
It was good. I met him. He was on a vacation with his kids and his family. Got to meet his wife. Um, so it's nice. We're all humans. We're all trying to make a better future for our family. So, and I respect that he came in and trained with us, and nothing but respect.
Yeah, I spoke to him about it too, and he had, of course, nothing but good things to say about you and the team over there and everything. But it's hard for me to imagine as someone who's not a fighter that wouldn't be at least a little bit strange, for a moment. Was it tense at all? Is it weird rolling training with somebody who you fought twice and may have to fight again at some point?
No, like there was no issue with Brendan Vera and Elaine coming to me, to Sanford. So there shouldn't be an issue. It's okay. At the end of the day, we're just martial artists, trying to provide a living for our family, while putting on entertainment for the fans.
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
being said, if we do end up fighting again, I know you're gonna see a good fight for sure.
Hmm. Speaking of that potential third fight, what do you feel like you have to do to make that happen at this point?
I gotta win, man. I gotta get back to my winning ways. I'm tired of losing, man. Focus on just being healthy, and just focus on, if I'm healthy and I'm on point, I know uh, I can finish any middleweight in the world. Like, if I'm healthy and I'm good. Um, if I'm healthy and in shape, I shouldn't have any problem against anybody. But I need to get healthy, and I need to make sure everything's on point as far as training goes.
When you talk about being healthy, are you having some kind of ongoing injury issues? Is there something that's bothering you long term?
No, like, how I had COVID, right?
Right. Yeah.
COVID, um, and then I had two shots, two vaccine shots, Pfizer shots, and then
Hmm.
I still got COVID again after that. So, like, and my body just needs to heal up. It just takes a little time, but um, I'm not gonna use that as like an I'm not gonna use that as like the reason being, but I do know that, um, if I'm healthy, I'm a little bit more dangerous.
Hmm.
If
Well.
full camp, like a good camp, then I'm a little bit more dangerous than I showed in my last fights.
Hmm. Well, I want to talk about the next fight. Getting back to winning ways, but just while we're on the topic of De Ritter, he has been linked potentially to a fight with Big Dash, who you also know well.
Yeah,
How do you see that fight going?
be a fun fight. That's gonna be a fun fight. Break Dash is strong, man. He's very strong. Uh, the Rid is not as strong, but then when he has that body lock, he's very strong. His grips are very strong. Um, I don't know. It's an exciting matchup for sure. Um, I can't say who. I'm not good at picking fights, but it's gonna be like how the Ritter has a good body lock. He has a good body lock, a good squeeze. Um, but Big Dash is physically stronger than physically he's stronger. But technically, we don't know. I don't know for sure. But that would be a fun fight. I wanna tune in for that.
That's gonna be a great fight whenever it ends up happening. I'm certainly very excited for that, and hopefully they can make it happen in Bangkok or something.
Yeah, I hope it happens soon. I
Yeah, yeah.
summer. The
Hmm.
fantasy, come on, there's nothing more exciting than like a middleweight fight, where we have the power to knock people out, uh, submit, choke people out. Middleweight is an exciting weight class.
Hmm. Well, there's one very exciting matchup possibility on the horizon in this division, and it involves a certain Aung La N Sang. You've been calling out Yushin Okami. Seems like he's up for it. I guess first question. I mean, why is this the matchup that you want right now?
He called me out first,
Right, right.
and it makes sense. Two Asian middleweights. He has like I don't know 15, 20 fights in the UFC. Very well known, been around for a while. And and I'm pretty well accomplished as far as the Asian middleweights go. So it would be a fun fight, and I've been a big fan of him, for a long time. So and he has like the body type that gives me trouble, a longer, rangier grappler. So that would be a fun fight. And wouldn't you want to tune in for that?
Absolutely, and you mentioned too that that could potentially crown the best middleweight out of Asia. I think that's very fair. Would you say the winner of that fight is Asia's best middleweight?
I think that's not a bad assumption to make. Um,
Yeah,
as far as just accomplishments go.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you guys have both done so much in so many organizations. It's an incredible fight. Now you mentioned June 3rd as the potential date. Have you gotten the sense that date works for him and works for one championship as well?
I don't think that's happening, but I'll be in Singapore for June 3rd. No, I'll be in Singapore. We'll see. Maybe there's a dropout or something. Anything can happen during these times. Uh,
Hmm.
just keep training, just keep getting better, um, just get healthy. So
Cool. So have you gotten the sense though that one is interested in making this happen at some point, whether it's June 3rd or a later date?
I think it's a later date. I don't know exactly, but I'm down. But it's up to them. It's up to them. But it's gonna happen probably in the summer, late summer probably. June 3rd might be a little bit early for them. Um, I don't know what their schedule's like. But there is a card in late June as well, right? Late
I
June,
think so. Yeah.
early July as well. So it's not up to me. It's up to the matchmakers and the promotion. All I can do is get better, get stronger, um, get my techniques down. Get my techniques right, and keep progressing as a mixed martial artist.
Hmm. As you said, Okami is one of the most accomplished middleweights really ever. He's done so much, and certainly one of the best middleweights ever out of Asia. But the one criticism of him at this point would be that he's getting up there in age. He's had a few losses recently. By
Yeah.
your estimation, is he still as dangerous as ever?
Um, I'm not sure. Like I'm not sure which Okami I'll get. A motivated and healthy Okami would be the ideal. That would be with the knowledge that he has and then the lifestyle that he lives. That's what I want. Is he past his prime? Is that your question?
Yeah, and we're just how do you think he stacks up these days? Is he still a
Well,
dangerous challenge?
well, let's think about it. Let's think about it. The middleweights 10 years ago are not the same middleweights as the middleweights nowadays. You know, MMA 10 years ago, 20 years ago is not the same. So, is he technically worse than he was before? I don't know. I don't think so. You know, um, has people catch on to his techniques? Maybe. You know, but I don't think he's a worse version of himself, but by no means.
Hmm. Um,
The games evolve. The games evolve. In anything that we do, the game evolves. The game gets better. I need to get better. He needs to get better. So
yeah, yeah, well said. I mean, I saw him in Singapore when I was there for 1X, and I mean, he's a giant. He's a huge guy. I wouldn't fight him, so I think he's still still plenty dangerous.
shoes guy, I've seen him, and I've seen him fight at welterweight. I'm like, man, how does this guy make welterweight? He's a big man. Yeah.
Hmm. Now I know you just said you're not so good at predictions, but how do you see that one going? Any particular way you see yourself winning that one?
I expect a knockout. I expect a knockout in second round or less. But I do wish we're both healthy and we're both have a good camp so that we can put on a great fight.
Well, I'm sure it'll be a great fight. You guys are both legends of this sport, as I've said. Now, that's a really great option, but you've already fought a lot of the other middleweights in one championship at this point. So I'm just wondering, like, as a fighter in the division, are you hoping to see one championship sign more middleweights, sign more light heavyweights?
They've already signed. They've already signed a couple other middleweights, haven't they? There's like an undefeated guy from Russia,
Hmm.
and then there is David Branch as well. You know, and I'm sure they're going to sign more guys from Russia. I don't know, with the world situation right now, that might not be possible. But I know there's going to be other middleweights as well. And that being said, I just have to keep evolving and keep growing and keep upgrading as a fighter.
Right. You mentioned David Branch. Is that a guy you'd be interested in fighting at some point?
Sure, for sure, for sure. Um, he would be a worthy opponent. He would be great, stylistically a great matchup as well. Um, I just want to stay busy.
Hmm. Well, that leads perfectly into my next question. One championship seems to have Grand Prix fever lately. They've got this Muay Thai Grand Prix coming up on May 20th. We've seen lots of other Grand Prix. As they sign more and more middleweights, if they were to come to you and say, Aung La, we're going to do a middleweight Grand Prix, can you fight 4 times this year, 3 times this year? What's your answer?
Hell yeah, that would be amazing, huh? $1 million tournament for the middleweights. Make it happen, man. Make it happen. We always have the lighter weights. Why can't the middleweights make a little money for their family and put on some great shows? I know all the middleweights are down, and I know everybody would love that, like tournament style with a Grand Prix championship, middleweights. I mean, middleweights are exciting weight class, don't you think?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, because we got the power, we got the speed, we got it all. That would be an icing on the cake. That would be a great way to have a career for sure.
Hmm. Well, I'll mention it to Chatri next time I talk to him. I don't know how much influence I have over him, but I'll do my best.
All right, you do your thing, man.
I'll
Thanks.
do what I can. All right. While we're on the topic of big fights and interesting challenges for you and stuff, we've seen a lot of fighters in one championship recently drifting from sport to sport, MMA to Muay Thai to kickboxing. You talk about keeping busy. If they came to you with an offer to compete in kickboxing or something like that, is it something you'd do?
For sure. Or if they do like a lightweight style, MMA fight where you can headbutt too,
Could do some training with Dave Leduc.
that'd be amazing. I mean, I've trained before, so it'd be great.
Yeah,
But
Dave's a good friend of mine.
yeah, he's a good dude.
Well, shifting gears a little bit, just a few more questions for you before I let you go. Chatri has been teasing some very big news that's going to be coming out tomorrow. Now, I don't know if you know what it is. I don't know what it is. That's not what I'm wondering about. But most people think it has something to do with either a US TV deal, or a debut on United States soil. Um, Assuming that it has something to do with a push into the United States, how do you feel about one finally making some big steps onto US soil?
It'd be amazing. I would love that. Being able to fight without flying like 20 some hours and be jet lagged the whole time. It'd be nice to be able to sleep, in your time zone. So that'd be cool.
So if one is setting up a big one championship debut in the US, in the summer, fall, you want to get a call.
Ian, coach.
All right, man. All right. Well, let's wrap this up. And let you get back to the things you got going on over there. You mentioned you were sending some money to Myanmar. Any messages for your people over there, your fans, your supporters in Myanmar?
Um, keep fighting the good fight. Stay strong. Um, it's easy to be depressed over this situation, and like I can't express how helpless I feel, about their situation. And like if any of the higher ups are listening to me, like think about the future and not just the present, and think about the future and the future good of everybody, not just the present. So um, just just want to tell my fans in Myanmar, like I'm thinking of them, and like the, it's affected me a lot, inside of me, and I want to let them know I'm with them. Prayers to them every night. So
It's a beautiful message, man. I can only imagine what this has been like for you, being stuck on the other side of the world while this is happening. It's such a terrible thing.
last 2 years have been pretty challenging, pretty trial, pretty trialing like times. But like we're gonna be strong. We're gonna get over this, and we're gonna come out on top for sure.
I'm sure of it, man. Well, let's wrap up with something positive here, something people could look forward to. What does the perfect 2022 look like for Aung La? What do you want to be accomplishing by the time this year is over?
Get 2 or 3 wins this year. Be healthy. Watch my boy Teal win his fights, um, and get ready for my third child. So life is good, man. I can't complain. Life is good. Um, the N Sang clan is getting bigger. And as a dad of three, I need to put on some good, entertaining fights for the fan, and just continue to progress as a mixed martial artist and upgrade in my weaknesses. So we're gonna come back stronger, man.